imagine if you like pricing and grocery shopping, you're a lot like me, and that's why you also love The Price is Right. Heck, maybe that's where the love of grocery shopping even came from. I finally went to LA for a live taping. I'm gonna share with you exactly where we stayed, if we liked it, and hopefully that'll help you if you want to make the same travel plans. I traveled with my best friend, and her and I are both Midwestern Michigan gals, and we don't really have much experience with LA. So it was really hard to conceptualize just how large LA is and where we should stay in relation to the airport and also the studio. But I think we landed at the perfect place. That is the Tangerine Hotel in Burbank, California. This place was a total win. Finding the right hotel is just like grocery shopping. You want quality and value. Thankfully, the Tangerine checked all the boxes, not only on paper, but when we actually stayed there as well. First of all, and very importantly, it was very convenient to the Price is Right taping location. Also, it was extremely safe. We walked around to restaurants to get drinks. We took lifts different places, and we never once felt unsafe. It was a very, very safe area. Was there good food nearby? Absolutely. Not only was it close, but it was literally sharing a wall with a Mexican restaurant that was tasty, served really great drinks, it had a very friendly staff, and like I said, we rounded the corner and you're right there. And that was just one of the many options close by. This one's harder to quantify, but I absolutely love the vibes. It had that iconic outdoor hotel look. I love the tangerine color. It had a really pretty pool in the front. There's cool glass lobby. I love the cactuses all over. It was very fun and definitely a place that I enjoyed staying. Was it affordable? Absolutely. We looked in many price ranges and we found this to be a really great value. We got a great stay. It was affordable and definitely something that balanced price, but also enjoying where you stay. Cleanliness, it was definitely a clean hotel. We thought that everything was really nice. Now, is everything super updated, top of the line? No. Does that bother me? Also no. I'm definitely a value traveler, so I don't stay in 5-star resorts, and I'm not expecting to stay in the most up-to-date room, especially when budget is in mind, but it was definitely very clean. I felt like the bed, the linens, the carpet, the bathrooms, everything looked great, and I was very pleased. We also got really great service, which is important. The staff at the front desk is who we interacted with the most. There were 2 different men, and they were both very friendly, very helpful. They helped us to know, like, is it safe to walk around? What would you recommend to eat? And they gave us great recommendations, super friendly, and even did some great storytelling. We really like the staff. And you might be wondering, what is their coffee and food situation? Now, they don't have a large lobby for like a continental breakfast buffet, but they had pastries out every morning. We didn't actually ever eat any of them, but they looked amazing. They have set hours for that. And then they also have this really nice coffee bar when we were there in the lobby, and I really took advantage of that. I liked the espresso, and then their cafe vanilla was also delicious. We enjoyed getting different coffees there, and it's part of your stay. Definitely felt fancy. Getting around was also super easy. We did fly into LAX. There's also a Burbank airport, but we chose LAX for price. And then we took a ride share both to and from the hotel back to the airport. It was very simple. Addresses, the drivers knew exactly what they were doing. No stress on my back. I didn't have to drive in the LA traffic. And really cool, on my way from LAX to our hotel, I got to see the Hollywood sign. So we didn't actually go into Hollywood, but I was really excited in person to be able to see the Hollywood Hills and the sign. That was like a fun little bonus to me. A fun bonus about staying at the Tangerine is it's very close to Warner Brothers Studios. So we were close enough that we could have walked there, but we went on a tour that ended in the evening and we didn't want to walk back. So we decided to take a lift from the Tangerine to Warner Brothers Studio and back. It was super cost effective, super simple, and we really enjoyed the studio tour. So if that's something that you're looking to add to your trip, we highly recommend that. It was just something fun we added on, but we really liked that the Tangerine was in a great location to do both the studio tour and go to the Price is Right. Based on local recommendations, we were suggested to eat at Bob's Big Boy for breakfast, and that was a little bit of a walk from the Tangerine, a couple blocks, but we went at 6 a.m. and it was not only a great place to have breakfast, but it had a fun vintage vibe, and we felt safe the entire walk there. It was a really great start to our Price is Right morning, and we would definitely recommend eating breakfast there. They had delicious food, the price was really reasonable, and again, it had the fun vintage vibes. They talk about how Hollywood writers would come right there, different stars are on the wall. It was just a fun place to go. It was safe walking distance and very convenient to both the hotel, and then we took our lift from Bob's Big Boy right to the Price is Right studio. The nice thing about taking the Lyft is we were able to give them the address that was right on our ticket voucher, and we didn't have to deal with not being locals that knew where we were going. We had a really easy time. The address took us right there. The driver was able to drive right up. We didn't have to deal with parking. We weren't confused. And as soon as we saw Price is Right contestant signs in the parking lot, we knew we were in the right place. But using a rideshare, it was low stress, very easy to find where we were going. So if you're like me, an out-of-towner trying to find where to stay for the Price is Right in LA, I absolutely love staying at the Tangerine, and that is definitely a place I would return if we go back again. I can't recommend it enough. I was very happy with my stay, and I would love to hear if you end up staying there as well. Also, if you're watching this video and you end up staying somewhere else that you think is a great suggestion, leave it in the comments, because people will probably be watching this video trying to plan their trip, and maybe the Tangerine's booked or they want something different, and your suggestion might help them in the comments too. If you want to know how to get tickets, this video right here is going to help you with that. It comes out 1 week later, so if you don't see it right here, it'll be out in a week. But I hope you enjoy your travel if you do it. We had a wonderful time, and I'm excited to share with you step by step the entire process. If you came here for Price is Right help and you want to stick around for grocery shopping content, I regularly share what I buy, why I'm buying it, my meal plans, fun foods. I love grocery shopping, which I think if you watch The Price is Right, you might too. So make sure you subscribe and stick around. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, done and ciao.